Yeah, yeah. Mic check 1 2. Hear me. 144 back again. Run it back, run it back. Yeah, yeah, It's time to lead the enemy desolate. I'm heaven sent. These niggas just on some extra shit, and I ain't impressed with it. Could you kick that bullshit to the left of it? Hey, look, you can't deny this excellence. I use this mic like weaponry, and I've been seeking more clarity. Right now, I'm ready as I've ever been, rugged as I ever been. The devil knocking at my door, I'ma let him in. Cause I'm a worthy adversary. Pour them liqueur laced with rosemary. It's time to grind, ain't no time to tarry. Take what I'm mine, get your soul carried. I gotta worry, plus these niggas full of estrogen. They fickle, they false. Gotta be goals to end up in a real issue. Fuck with my brethren, I deal with you. Yeah, look, it's getting real official. Seeing how the bitches can crush you, and how they still twist you. It'll hit you, they peel a tissue. Them mothers wait, my brothers been sent to the deep. So tell me, how can I turn the other cheek? Why this wicked world trying to smother me? Something down and shake, I'm gonna ride out. Time to gird up my Lord and ride out. In my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't want to see no more desolation. I said, I don't want to see no more. Hey, in my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't want to see no more desolation. I don't want to see no more.
Beat the cops, beat the ops, beat the motherfucking eyes. I'm the wall, why you think that I've been rolling with a cod? Your little arms is too short to hot box with God. French is long, team strong with them, a gunned out die. Tired of these fake snakes, crooked names to oppress Jake. But pressure makes diamonds, I got home break on this crooked landscape. We gon' make some shape, so I ain't got time to argue with you fucking reprobates. Clocks, crackers getting richer when we raise the crime rate. And they hump our people like gorillas and some primates. So we in these streets trying to raise a brother's mind state in every concrete jungle. Cali to the tri-state. I buried brothers over beef that they couldn't squash. Blood in the streets, brains out like the lost. I trust the cracker when I mix that squash. Listening to real niggas, though, who can't be bought. Whoa. Why you think I flow so hard? Cause this world's fucked up, nigga, I've been scarred. PTSD, brothers can't drop their guard. Every day some bullshit, you gotta weed and vibe. There's no facade, so every day I'm on my job. It's time to send these devils to the land of Nine. Cause when I lost my religion, that's when I found God. So when I lost my religion, nigga, I found God.
In my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't want to see no more desolation. I said, I don't want to see no more. Hey, in my soul, I feel devastation. In my eyes, I see desolation. On my door, death is waiting. But I don't want to see no more desolation. I don't want to see no more.
Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Check, check, check. Hey, Shalom. Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barakatham to all the brothers. Yahweh Shema Alatan Bashem Yahushai to all the sisters. We are the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under commanding General Yahana. We've been teaching the truth since 1969. We've been defending the truth, and we've been saying that the oppressor is the devil that the Bible speaks of. So today is the Lashawan Qadash. Like every Friday, this is God's language that was given onto the children of Israel, who today would be the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Lashawan Qadash, or the ancient Hebrew, or the biblical Hebrew. The reason why we will say biblical Hebrew, because now you have modern Hebrew and Yiddish, and that's the bastardized language, right? That's the language of the oppressor. That's like 5 German languages and mixed in with some Hebrew, right? But this is ancient Hebrew or biblical Hebrew, right? And that's our ethnic language. That's the language of so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. Once again, because we are the descendants, we are the descendants of the true biblical Israelites, right? So, like every Friday, we go into the characters and we pronounce them out loud, and then we go into some verses, get the Hebrew, we read it, we write it down in the Hebrew, then we break it down. So like then we translate it into the English from the Blue Letter Bible, right? So we're gonna start off with the characters and pronunciations. A, ba, ga, abaga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka. La, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, qua, ra, sha, da. This is the ancient Hebrew characters. Now we're going to do Assyrian, A, Ba, Avagad, Ga, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Ha, Taza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. So these are both the Assyrian, so like an ancient and Assyrian Hebrew. We're gonna go over these out loud. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Ha, Tza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. In the Syrian, these characters look different, but you pronounce them the same. A, Ba, Ga, Da, Ha, Wa, Za, Kha, Ta, Ya, Ka, La, Ma, Na, Sa, I, Pa, Tza, Kwa, Ra, Sha, Tha. Now, in the ancient Hebrew, we have 22 characters. In the Assyrian, we have 27 characters. And I'm going to show you the difference. So I'm going to underline. There's 5 characters. We have the Ka, the Ma, the Na, Pa, and Tza. Those are the 5 characters with a double character. Now, these characters that I'm underlining in the blue, These characters with the blue underline are going to be seen in the beginning or middle of a word. And these characters that are underlined in the red are only seen at the end of a word. Right? So blue underline characters come in the beginning or middle of a word. Red underline characters are only used at the end of a word. I'm going to leave it up real quick while I get these this week for the Sabbath service, right? The Lashawan Qadash is a class that sets you up for the Sabbath service. This week, every week for the Sabbath service, we read 49 verses. This week, I'm gonna write it down on the board in a few seconds. I'm just gonna check to see what verses we're reading. Here we go. Okay, got it. So this week we're reading from Genesis, the 41st chapter. And we're picking it up at verse 41 through Genesis 42 and 22. I'm going to write this down. I always write it down on the side. Genesis 41, 31 through Genesis 42 and 22. But I'm going to go. We're going to cover Genesis 41, and we're going to start at 41 and so lock it. Let me see. What did I say? I got it here. 40. Check. Salakia. Check. All right, we good. Salakia. So, Genesis 41 and 40. Right, in the Hebrew, atha, which means you. Thou is an Old English way of saying you. Right, atha, thou, tha, haya, shall be. Right, the root word, it's haya. Haya. Which means to be, become, shall be, al, over, bayath, ya. Bayath is house, ya is my. Right, so like I forgot to read it in the English. Let me read it in the English. Genesis 41 and 40. Thou shalt be over my house, and according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. Right, so this is when, right, a few weeks ago I was saying before the live kind of went out. A few weeks ago we were covering how Joseph, right, was envied by his brothers, and they did a wicked thing by selling them to the Salakia, was it the Midianites and the Ishmaelites, and then he got sold onto the Egyptians, and then Joseph started to rule over Pharaoh's empire, and then Joseph was accused by Pharaoh's wife. Right, she had a thing for Joseph, and he rejected her. Right, and she was on him every day, day by day. Right, and overall, Joseph was in prison, and then he was in prison, and Pharaoh, just to sum up the story, Pharaoh had a vision or a dream, and Joseph broke down Pharaoh's dream. Right, about the cows, 10 fat cows. So like, was it 7 fat cows and 7 skinny cows? Right, and that was a famine. So Joseph broke it down, and now he gained favor from Pharaoh again. Right, and this is when Pharaoh raises up Joseph. Right, thou, again, Genesis 41 and 40, thou shalt be over my house. This is the Pharaoh speaking. And according unto thy word shall all my people be ruled. Only in the throne will I be greater than thou. So in the Hebrew again, atha, tha, haya, right? Thou shalt be. The root word haya means to be or become. Thou shalt be. Al is over. Bayath is house. The ya is a possessive, which means my. The ya here is my. So bayathya, that's my house, right? Wa'al, the wa is and, that's a preposition, and so let me. So like a ow could also mean, the biblical usage can mean according to, on account of, on behalf of. So and according to, so like a and according unto, right? Wow, and according unto payaka, payaka. So the root word is pa, which means mouth or word. Unto and the ka again, that's a possessive. Thy. Thy is an old English way of saying you or your. Paya ka. So thy word, right? Thy mouth. Ya, yashak. Yashak comes from the root word nashak. Nashak is to let's see, ruled. Right? One time is used as ruled, shall be ruled. Nashak. Let's see. To be equivalent to be equipped. Right? Shall be ruled. Ya nashak. Cow, which means all or whole. I'm ya. I'm is people. Ya is my. I'm ya. My people. Rock only. Let's see, there's another rock. Only or all together. Only. Ha. Kasa. So the root word is kasa, which means throne. Right? Ha is a preposition, which means the. Ha kasa, the throne. Gadol. The root word is gadol, which means become great. Right? Gadol will be great, will be greater or important. Become great or important. So like it, let me see. Things to grow, become great. Kind, it means great or magnify, right? So only in the throne will be greater. Agadol Mamka. So the root word here is we have a possessive. So like it. Which means man. Let's see. Yeah, Khan. So mumka. So the root word is mun, which can also mean than, mum, ka, which the ka is a possessive to mean thou or you or your. Right? So again, ata, tahaya, au, bayathya, wa'au, payaka, yashak, cow, amya, rock, hapasa, Agadol Monka. Let's go to the blue letter just so we can see it in the blue letter. $41 and $40 in the blue letter. Right, when you go to the blueletterbible.org, you can look up any scripture. Click nav, right? Click nav. You choose your book. You choose the chapter and verse. Or you choose the chapter and then you scroll down to any verse. So here we have Genesis 41 and 40. Right, you always want to use forward line. That's how you see it in the Hebrew, in the Torah. Right, that's how it's laid out. Sometimes it'll have show vowel points right here. You want to take those off because we just want to see the consonants. So again, thou, which is an old English word for you, atha, thahaya, right? Shall haya is a root word. When you click it, go to H9. It's like an 81961. And you look it up, it means to be, right? Come to pass. Shall be to be, right? So shall be or to be, fahaya out over. Let's see if it has another, because these words have meanings depending on the context. But you always want to look it up. That's why when people say, but the Bible has been translated so many times. Well, we're going to go into the Hebrew, so there'll be no doubt that we are reading what it says in the original writing. Right? So we have upon, in, on, over. Right? Over, out, bayathya. So the root word is bayath, which means house. Ya is a possessive to mean my. Wa'al. That's a preposition, means and. Al can also mean, so we have al here, over. So al, we'll look it up, right? Like again, it has many meanings. So al, which means here, according to. According unto. So here we have upon, on the ground of, according to, or according unto. Paya, payaka. Pa is a root word, which means mouth or word. And the ka, I'll come back. Pa is mouth. So we have mouth, right? Mouth. And it also means word. So it tells you right here how many times this word can be used in this context as mouth. It comes up as 340 times in the Bible. Commandment, 37 times. Right? Word, 15 times. So word. So thy word in the Hebrew is payaka. The ka is a possessive that means thou or your word. Thy, Old English, you or your. It means your word. Yashak. The root word is nashak. Nashak. So be ruled. All right, so you have kiss, arm, kiss him, arm men, ruled. One time. Ruled. So shall be ruled, cow, all or whole. Amka. So I'm ka. So like a I'm ya. I'm means people. Ya is a possessor to mean my. I'm ya, my people. Rock, only. You look it up, right? Just so we can see, it means only, surely, nothing but, except, but, in any wise. So only. Or biblical usage, only, altogether, surely. Only, ha, pasa. Root word is, so like a ha, kasa, ha, kasa. Kasa is a root word, which means throne. Ha is the throne. Only the throne, agadal. A means I. Agadal. I greater. I great. Or I'm. So like a means I or I'm. I'm greater, or I'm right, will be greater. Gadol. So like a gadol. Gadol. Right? Greater. Greater right here. Greater. Agadol. Mamka. Root word is mun, which means than. Ka is thou. Thou is an Old English for you or your. Greater than you. Greater than thou. Mamka. So Pharaoh appointed Joseph over his house, meaning over his empire. And according to thy word, he shall all my people be ruled. So Joseph was appointed as a leader. He had rulership in Egypt. Right? He became a ruler. Only in thy throne. So like only in the throne will I be greater than you. That's what Pharaoh said unto Joseph. Now we're going to get verse 41. Let's go back. 41. Verse 41. Wa ya amar. Right, this word, everybody should be familiar by now with wa or amar, ya amar, right? So wa, ya, wa ya amar, and said, Pa'ai, Parai, Par, Parai, that's Pharaoh. Al, unto, all, that's all, Yawasap, Yah, Wa, Yawasap, Joseph, Joseph, Ra'ah, Ra'ah, C, Ra'ah, Nathathia, Nathathia, Nathathia. I have set Athka, Athka thee, Al, over, cow, all, cow, all, Arataza, Ah, Ra, Tazat, the land, Montazarium, Ma, Tazar, Yum, Montazarium of Egypt. All right, so Genesis 41 and 41. And Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee over all the land of Egypt. So in the Hebrew, Wa and Ya'amar. Or the root word is amar to mean said, utter, speak. So like to say, utter, or speak, right? Waya Omar. Par'ai, that's Pharaoh. All, unto. Yawasab, Joseph. Ra'ah. So like Ra'ah. Right? Ra'ah's to see. Look at. Ra'ah. Nathathya. Comes from the root word Nathan. Nathathya. Nathan. Oh, so like, let me. Nathan is to put or set, right? And we have a Yah. So like, let me get this. As a okay, so like that's not Nathathya. Where am I? Nathathya. Right, I have set, right? Nathan to mean set. Athka, that's the direct object maker, which is the, right? The ka. Ka is the or you. The direct object maker is Joseph, right? Joseph. Al, over, cow, all, or whole. Arataza, which means land or earth. Right? So like land or earth. Arataza, Matazarium. That's the Hebrew way of saying Egypt. Matazarium. Right? So Pharaoh said unto Joseph, see, I have set thee all over all the land of Egypt. We're going to get verse 42. We're just gonna go through these and then we'll go into the Blue Letter Bible after. Verse 42. Wayasar. Wayasar and look. And so like and took Parai. Pharaoh. Ath. Taba'ith. Taba'ith what? Taba'ith. What? His ring. Ma, ma'al, ma, ma'al off, from, off from, yad, yadwa, yad, yadwa, his hand. His hand, wa, yathan, wa, ya, wa, yathan, and put, wa, yathan, ath, ha. It, they put it out upon yad, hand. Yawasa, ya, ya, wa, sa. Joseph, Joseph's, waya, waya labash, wa, ya, la, waya labash, an array, and arrayed, off what? Him, Bagadya, Bagad, ya, investor, so like investors, shash, of linen, of fine linen, of fine linen, wa, yasham, wa, ya, wa, yasham, and put, rabad, a chain, ha, sahab, ha, za, hab, gold, al, about, about, Tazarwa. Tazarwa. His name. All right, so verse 42 in the English, Genesis 41 and 42. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Joseph's hand and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen and put a gold chain about his neck. So the Hebrew, wa, preposition and, yasar, so sar, Salakia, sar, which means also to turn, right? Sar also means turn, but here, Salakia, let's see, right? So took as meaning as remove, right? So took meaning remove, right? So sar, right, to mean remove. He removed his Pharaoh removed his ring, right? But sar it's also can also mean turn, right? For brothers in the Hebrew, they should know in Hebrew Academy, they should know what sar means, right? Wa yasar, or yasar and took, right? And removed. Parai, Pharaoh, Taba'ithwa. Taba'ithwa. The root word is taba'ith. Taba'ith, which means ring, signet. Right? Took his ring. Right? Every ruler or every king has a ring with his signet. And Pharaoh took his ring and gave it to Joseph. Right? Taba'ith, that means ring. Wa is a possessive to mean his. Right? He or his. When you see the wa at the end, as a possessive, it means he or his. So his ring. Taba'ith wa. His ring. Ma ow. Ma ow means from ow. Right? Ow. We seen that means over, or let me get it right now. Upon, right? So this off. Let's see. So it could also mean off, right? And I'll show you guys. Right how it also means off. Right? And off from ma'al Yadwa. Again, the wa is a possessive to mean his. Yad means hand. So hand, Yadwa, his hand, wa, and that's a preposition. Yathan. Wa yathan, the root word is nathan. So like nathan, which means to give, put, or set. And put, wa yathan, and put, atha, it, out, upon, yad, hand, Yawasap, Joseph, Wa, preposition, and Ya Labash. So Ya Labash, and the root word is Labash. Labash to mean wear, clothes, clothing, be clothed, right? And arrayed, right? Arrayed means clothing. Athwa, him. Ba, so like it. Bagadia, Bagadia. The root word is bagad. Garment, clothing, right? Investors, Bagadia, investors, Salakia, Shash, right? It means something bleach white, linen, fine linen, Shash, fine linen, Wa, Yasham, right? And Wa, Yasham, where the root word is Sham, right? Which means to put, and put, Rabad. The root word is Rabayad. Rabayad. Chain, ornament for neck, necklace. Rabad. Ha. Zahab. Zahab means gold, right? Precious metal, gold. Ow, about. Taza'ar. Taza'ar, so we have wa, which means his, he or his. Taza'ar means neck. Taza'ar wa, his neck. Right, so again, verse 42. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Joseph's hand and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen and put a gold chain about his neck. Wa Yasar, Par'ad, Ah, Taba'athwa, Ma'al, Yadwa. So Wayathan, Adha, Al, Yad, Yawasa, Wayalabash, Athwa, Bagadia. It's like a Bagadia, Shash, Wayasham, Rabad, Ha, Zahab, Al, Taza'ar. It's like a Taza'arwa. So verse 43. Let's see some. Hey, Shalom, Lord in Christ. Verse 43. So what's the time? Okay, we still. While you're Rakab, and he made to ride Athwa, him Ba Salaki. Let me see. Marakabath, Marakabath, in chariot, ha ha Mashana, ha Mashana, the second, Ashar, which Lawa, he had, which he had, Wayakora, Waya, Wa, Ra'ah, Waya, Ra'ah, Waya, Ra'ah, and they cry, and they cried, La, Lapun, Yawa, Lapun, Yawa, before him. Abarak, Barak, bow the knee. Wa Nathan and he made Nathan off wa him out over cow all Arataza the land. Matazarium of Egypt. So 43 in the English. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he made, so like which he had, and they cried before him, bow the knee, and he made him ruler of all the land of Egypt. In the Hebrew, wa is and, ya amar, salakia. Salakia. Wa ya rakab. The root word is rakab. Rakab, which means to mount and ride, or to ride, right? And he made to ride. Athwa means him. Ba in, that's a possessive. Why is it possessive, which means and. Ya rakab, which means to ride. Oh, Salakia. We have another possessive. So wa ya. So that means and he. Wa ya and he rakab to ride. Athwa him. Ba, and then chariot is markabath. Markabath. Markabath in chariot. Ha, preposition again, the, Mashana. Let me see. That means second, double, right? The second, ashar, which, and it also means ashar can also mean which or who. Also like a because. Ashar, which, because. Lawa, right? Lawa, he had. Wa, Wayakora. Wayakora, and Korah is the root word, which means cry out. And they cried out, right? Wayakora, La, Panyawa. La Panyawa. So the root word is Panyam. Panyam, which means presence, right? Before him. Before him. Barak. Bow. Bow. Wa. Preposition and not the one. Which the root word is Nathan, right? Which means to make, right? Wa. Oh, let me see. One, not the one. Athwa, ow, over, right? Athwa, him, ow, over, cow, all, Aratazar, land, Matazarium, Egypt. All right, let's go to the blue letter. Just go over these scriptures real quick. So we were doing verse 42. Genesis 41 and 42. Just recapping. And Pharaoh took off his ring from his hand and put it upon Joseph's hand and arrayed him in vesture of fine linen and put a gold chain about his neck. So it is Yasar, right? Y is a preposition that mean and. Yasar, took, which means when you look it up, took in the way in the when you look it up, it's remove, right? And took, meaning he removed. That's what Pharaoh did. Pharaoh removed his ring. For I, Pharaoh, Taba'ith, Taba'ithwa, right? Taba'ith is ring. Wa is a possessive to mean his ring. Taba'ithwa, right? His ring. Ma'al, where ma is from, al is could mean off. All right, when you look it up, you could use it as upon, over, off. Ma'al, from off or off from. Yadwa. Yad is hand. Wa, possessive, means his. Yadwa. Wayathan. Wa, preposition, and Yathan comes from the root word Nathan, which means this word comes up a lot in different manners, right? To put Wayathan, and put Atha, it, al, upon, yad, hand, Yawasap, Joseph, wa means a preposition, and Yalabash, arrayed, meaning clothing, or the root word is labash, which means clothing. Clothing or wear. All right, clothing. Athwa, him. Bagadia. Ba is in. That preposition means in. Gadia. Salakia. Bagadia. Bagadia, which means vesture. Vesture, raiment, garment. Right? He took his clothes. He arrayed him, meaning he clothed him with, he said, fine linen. Right? These are garments of the best of the best. And put Wayasham, right? And put Rabad as chain. Rabayad, chain of precious metal. Ha Zahab, Hazahab, gold. Al, about. Taza Arwa. The wa is a possessive, means his. Taza ar, his neck. Right, so Pharaoh took his ring from off his hand and put it on Joseph's hand, and arrayed him in vestures of fine linen, and put a gold chain about his neck. Verse 43. Forward line. Verse 43. And he made him to ride in the second chariot which he had, and they cried before him, bow the knee. And he made him ruler over all the land of Egypt. So that's Wa and he rakab ride, right? And he made him to ride athwa him ba in markabath chariot ha the mashana second ashar which la so la wa he had wa preposition also like a preposition and ya qua ra'a quara quara which means cry out. And they cried la pan yawa before him. Abarak, that's bow the knee. Wa, so the wa, not the one. And he made a athwa, him out over cow all Arataza land Matazarium, Egypt. All right, so Pharaoh made, and I just went to this scripture as well to show that Joseph was a ruler in Egypt. He became a ruler in the land of Egypt under Pharaoh. Right, and Joseph is the father. If you read verse 50, let me see how much time I got. I'll just get it here. All right. Joseph is the father of Manasseh and Ephraim or Ephraim. Well, Manasseh, we'll get it in the Hebrew right now, right? But the point is that the Most High helped and blessed Joseph while he was in Egypt. Right, that's what happened with Joseph. The Lord was with Joseph. And when we read, let's go to verse 50. Verse 50. And unto Joseph were born 2 sons before the years of famine came. So before the famine came, the drought, Joseph had 2 sons, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, so like I'm chopping up his name, Salakia. Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him. 51. And Joseph called the name of the firstborn Manasseh. For God, he said, had made me forget all my toil and all my father's house. So we're just going to get Manasseh's name. Manasseh, right? Manasseh, what is Manasseh? Manasseh, which means made to forget, caused to forget, right? Made to forget. That's what Manasseh means. Made to forget. We're going to get verse 52. And the name of the second, of the second called he Ephraim, for God had caused me to be fruitful in the land of my affliction. So in the Hebrew, Ephraim Aparayim. Aparayim, right? Which means I'm fruitful. I'm fruitful. That's what Ephraim means, right? And Salakia, just to kind of give you history. Let me get this real quick. Salakia. Right. So the name of Joseph fell on Ephraim. Right. So now Ephraim and Manasseh are of the children of the 12 tribes. Right. Joseph is the son of Jacob, and Manasseh or Manasseh and Aparayim are the sons of Joseph, but the name and title fell on Ephraim. And now Manasseh and Ephraim are of the 12 tribes of Israel. Today, the Manassites would be the Cubans, and the Ephraimites would be the so-called Puerto Ricans. And there's no difference between Cubans and Puerto Ricans. Right? We are a family of the 12 tribes of Israel. All right, with that, I'm going to close this class out. I'm going to get the security announcements, the water for tuning in. Security announcements. ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 8:3 through 10, means 10. In the Hebrew, ma'ashara, 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like, upcoming holy convocations. The upcoming holy convocations, Salakia. Should I have this turned over? The upcoming holy convocation is the feast of dedication. In the Hebrew is Chag, which means feast the Hanukkah, dedication, which is December 25th, and it falls on a Wednesday. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, to start wearing all black, boots, shirt, pant, headband, war scarf. With that, the water to all the brothers, Yahweh Shem Yahushai Barak Thumb. The water to all the sisters, Yahweh Shamar Ladan Bashem Yahushai. Class dismissed.